After more than 20 years as WWE's ultimate good guy, John Cena has finally turned heel. At Elimination Chamber in Toronto, we witnessed wrestling history unfold as the 16-time world champion, the face that runs the place, and the man who built his entire legacy on hustle, loyalty, and respect, sold his soul to The Rock and betrayed Cody Rhodes in devastating fashion. That moment will forever be etched in wrestling history. The gasp that swept through the arena when Cena kicked Cody's balls was deafening. But here's the thing, maybe we should have seen it coming. Welcome to Wrestling Reel, and today we're breaking down why Cena's heel turn was inevitable, the breadcrumbs WWE left along the way, and why this shocking betrayal might just be what's best for business as WWE heads into a new era. When The Rock appeared at Bad Blood last October and mysteriously held up his 3 fingers before making a throat-slashing gesture, fans were baffled. What did it mean? Some thought it was pointless, and others thought it was setting up a feud with Roman Reigns, but The Rock knew exactly what he was doing. At the post-Elimination Chamber press conference, The Rock admitted, "I'm a long gamer. I like creating with Paul and his team. We're long gamers. I thought Bad Blood, when we did a small subtle thing, there was a lot of criticism like, oh, it didn't mean anything. It did. 3 fingers. The same 3-finger gesture that Cena has had as part of his shtick for decades. The Rock was literally showing us that Cena was part of his plan all along. But that wasn't the only clue. Let's talk about Cena's Instagram. His Instagram has always been a weird place, but for months he'd been posting seemingly cryptic random images. Days before the Elimination Chamber, he posted a black hat with his iconic slogan hung on a weight, symbolically hanging up his old persona. He posted an image of He-Man and Skeletor sharing a milkshake on the same day Rock expressed his desire for Cody's soul. On the day of the Elimination Chamber, he posted an image of Big E, not because Big E was returning, but because it represented a new day for Cena. In January, he even posted Patrick Bateman from American Psycho peeling off his skin, literally shedding his old self. And remember the production truck during the Rock-Cody brawl on the road to WrestleMania 40? The cameras made sure to prominently show Cena's image on the side. At the time, fans thought it hinted at a surprise WrestleMania appearance. Now we know it was foreshadowing something much darker. Even the official poster for Elimination Chamber featuring The Rock, John Cena, and Travis Scott side by side wasn't a coincidence. It was deliberate, foreshadowing their alliance. WWE wasn't being subtle, we just weren't paying attention. To understand Cena's motivations, we need to look at his record over the past few years. Since 2018, Cena hasn't won a televised singles match. At the post-Royal Rumble press conference, Cena himself pointed out that he hadn't won in 2,446 days. Let that sink in. The greatest winner in WWE history, the 16-time world champion, couldn't pick up a win. He lost to Austin Theory at WrestleMania 39. He lost to Solo Sikoa at Crown Jewel. He came up short in the Royal Rumble, eliminated by Jey Uso after making it to the final 2. This was the story of a once unstoppable force watching his powers fade away. A man who built his entire identity on winning suddenly couldn't win anymore. We've seen this story before in sports. The aging legend who can't accept that Father Time is undefeated. Look at his behavior during the Elimination Chamber match itself. When Seth Rollins attacked CM Punk after being eliminated, Cena didn't hesitate to capitalize. The old Cena would have checked on his opponent, made sure it was a fair fight. Not this time. He locked in the STF harder than we've seen in years. And while you could hear him whisper, "I'm sorry," his actions spoke louder than words. The desperation was written all over his face. This was his last chance to main event WrestleMania, his final opportunity to break Ric Flair's record with a 17th World Championship, and a desperate man will will do desperate things. When Cena announced his retirement tour for 2025, fans expected a celebration, a victory lap for one of wrestling's greatest heroes, a chance to see the Doctor of Thugonomics one last time, shoot the shit with the crowd, make some memories, and ride off into the sunset. What we got instead was brilliance. Think about it, a nostalgia tour would have been predictable, safe, and boring. We've seen it before, but this is compelling television. This transforms Cena's farewell from a series of exhibition matches to one of the most intriguing storylines in WWE. After the Royal Rumble, Cena's tone shifted dramatically. Gone was the humble, grateful superstar. In his place was a man with his eyes locked on one thing: main eventing WrestleMania. At the post-Rumble press conference, Cena declared, "Tonight, standing in that ring, I wanted this experience to be a tour of goodwill. Unfortunately tonight, it dawned on me that's not best for business. What's best for business is I main event WrestleMania." That phrase, best for business, should have set off alarm bells. It was the same language Triple H used during the Authority days. It was a glimpse into Cena's darkening mindset, a man willing to do whatever it took to secure his legacy. I noticed how Cena simply declared himself for the Elimination Chamber without qualifying, like everyone else. The entitlement was showing, the desperation was building, the cracks were forming in the Superman armor. When The Rock returned as the final boss, he changed everything in WWE. He's portrayed as this corporate power player, a manipulative mastermind who sees the entire landscape as his personal chessboard. When he approached Cody Rhodes with this offer, "Be my champion and give me your soul,"
I want you to be my champion. I want your soul.
it seemed like pure intimidation. But what if the real target was always John Cena? Think about their history. Rock and Cena had one of the most bitter rivalries in WWE history. Rock criticized Cena for being fake, for being a corporate creation. Cena blasted Rock for abandoning WWE for Hollywood. Yet years later, guess what Cena did? The exact same thing. The irony is palpable. Rock became the very thing he once criticized Vince McMahon for being, the corporate authority figure who was corrupt. Now Cena has become exactly what he once criticized The Rock for, a Hollywood star who'll do anything for personal gain. The moment itself was masterful. Cena's embrace of Cody, that slow transformation of his facial expression as he looked to The Rock for the signal, that's award-worthy acting. In one silent exchange, decades of wrestling storytelling converged. That look in the eyes, pure evil. Hollywood couldn't script it any better. And then the kick to the balls, the brutal attack with Cody's own championship belt, the alliance with his former bitter rival, it was the ultimate betrayal. What makes this storyline even more fascinating is how it mirrors Cena's original rise to prominence. Let's take you back to 2002. When Cena first debuted, he was a bland babyface who quickly floundered in the mid-card. Sound familiar? That's exactly what happened to him as a part-timer in recent years. Back then, facing failure, he turned heel and became the Doctor of Thugonomics. That heel turn saved his career and set him on a path to stardom. Fast forward to 2025, and Cena is once again facing failure after failure, and once again he's turned to the dark side to reinvent himself. It's poetry. The Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania 36 actually foreshadowed this exact scenario. When Bray Wyatt forced Cena to confront his career highlights and failures, we literally saw a glimpse of Hollywood NWO Cena, a villainous version of himself that Cena seemed horrified by at the time. Bray was showing him his future, and now that future has arrived. Here's where it gets interesting. In Cena's original career arc, he found success as a heel, but he only became the guy, the face of WWE, when he turned babyface again in late 2023. Could history repeat itself? Could this heel run lead to one final redemptive babyface turn before Cena hangs up his jorts for good? So what does this all mean for WrestleMania 41? It transforms what could have been a respectful face versus face match into a white hot blood feud. Let's be honest, face versus face matches rarely deliver the emotional intensity fans crave. There's always something missing. But now we have the ultimate story, the American Nightmare who finished his own story by dethroning Roman Reigns, facing the man who was once the ultimate hero but has now sold his soul to the corporate devil. This turn elevates Cody Rhodes to a whole new level. He's no longer just the champion, he's now the moral center of WWE, the guardian facing the greatest traitor in company history. And for Cena, it gives him something he hasn't had in years: relevance, edge, an actual character with depth beyond try hard and never give up. Triple H promised that the Elimination Chamber would be industry changing, and for once, the hyperbole was justified. This was wrestling's equivalent of Darth Vader's I am your father moment, a twist so shocking it realigns the entire universe. The broader implications are fascinating too. If Cena can turn heel, nobody is safe. This opens the door for future shocking turns that fans have dismissed as impossible. Could we eventually see Cody Rhodes himself turn to the dark side? After all, the similarities between Cena and Cody are there for all to see. Both are clean-cut heroes who make all the appearances, take the bumps and carry the company on their backs. But Cena's heel turn wasn't just shocking for shock value, it was the perfect creative decision at the time. It gives his retirement tour genuine stakes, it provides Cody Rhodes with his biggest challenge yet, and it's created a WrestleMania main event worthy of the grandest stage of them all. In the words of one wrestling fan, this turn may have just cemented the 2020s as the personification of insanity in WWE. Think about it. CM Punk returned to WWE, Vince McMahon is gone, Stone Cold wrestled another match, and now John Cena has turned heel. Nothing is impossible anymore. We've entered a new era of storytelling in WWE, and fans are calling it the cinema era, where long-term storytelling and complex character development take precedence over quick payoffs. We're no longer watching a wrestling show, we're watching a prestige drama with athleticism, and I'm here for it. So, what do you guys think? Is Cena's heel turn the right move? Will he finally win championship number 17? And who will ultimately stand tall in Las Vegas? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Smash that like button, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content right here on Wrestling Real.